it's 2025. And that means it's time to talk about goal setting. And not just any goals, but SMART goals. So if you have ever set a New Year's resolution like, I'm going to get healthy, or I'm going to save more money, we all have those goals, right? And it didn't stick. This video is for you. Okay, so today I am breaking down the SMART method. The SMART method is going to help you set goals that you're actually going to achieve, okay? So no more vague goals, no more goals we set that we don't stick with. No. 2025, we're setting and sticking with our goals and achieving our goals. So first, let's talk about the essence SMART, which stands for specific. So this means being crystal clear about what you want to achieve. Vague goals do not work. You know this, I know this. A vague goal, no why attached to it, no time frame attached to it. It's just not going to stick, right? Because you've left too much room for interpretation. When do you want to achieve that goal? Why do you want to achieve that goal? If you don't include any of that information to that goal, you will not have a strong enough why to wake up every single day and strive towards it. So a good example of this is obviously fitness, right? So instead of saying, hey, I want to get fit, you're going to say, I want to be able to run a 5K without stopping, right? And that's a great goal. I remember my first 5K, wanting to run that without stopping. And it wasn't something I could do right out of the gate. That was something that took me time. I had to consistently show up every single day and train. Now I can do a 5K, no problem. But I committed to running 3-4 times a week, every single day, 7:30 a.m. to get to that, right? So another example is career. So instead of saying, I want to advance in my career, or I want to get a promotion, right? You're going to instead say, hey, you know what? I'm going to complete a certification in my field by June, right? So that's a clear goal. So you see the difference there, right? A clear goal, it sets the tone for clear action. M stands for measurable, okay? So this is the M in SMART, okay? And what measurable means is you have a way to track your progress. You need a way to track your progress, okay? So it's all about the numbers, right? Or another tangible indicator that is going to help you track your progress. So with fitness, right? If you wanted to lose weight, so you're going to say, I'm going to lose, 15 pounds or whatever. You now need a tangible way to track that 15 pounds. So of course, what's one way we could do that? We could step on the scale, right? We could measure our body fat percentage, right? We could check our inches, right? So those are 3 tangible ways that you could check to make sure you are actually losing those 15 pounds versus just saying it. You gotta track it. You gotta make sure you're on track. Otherwise, how will you measure your progress? Okay? So another example is savings. We all want to save money, of course, right? So if your goal, right, is to save more money this year, you've got to make it measurable. How? You will say, for example, I'm going to save $5,000 this year by putting $100, $200 away, every week for the whole year, right? So how do you check your progress? Check your bank account balance, right? Am I on track? Am I still saving, right? That's how you know. So when you have that measurable way of tracking your goal, you're 10 times more likely to stay on track, okay? And this is why I love trackers. This is why I've created 4 different fitness trackers. You can check them out below in the link in the description. If you're looking for a way to track your progress this year, track your weight loss, and most importantly, track your fitness workouts. So stay on top of them and see your progress. These are going to be an incredible tool for you. This is how I lost over 40 pounds, just simply tracking, because it gave me so much energy and so much excitement to keep showing up for myself. Because when you see your progress in front of you on a calendar, it gives you so much joy, okay? So make sure to check those out below. Moving on to A, that is for achievable. And this is about setting realistic goals. They are going to stretch you, right? But they're not going to break you. A lot of us in the beginning of a year, right, we set out these really, really big fitness goals. And because we're excited, we're feeling ambitious, we have all this energy, right? And then 4 days in, we're like, oh my gosh. And this is how we always set ourselves up for failure, right? So you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym every day for 2 hours. And it's like, are you? No, you're really not. Because January 1st is no different from December 31st, okay? It's just the next day. So you're still the same person. There hasn't been enough time to pass, right? So instead, you have to meet yourself where you are. What's the more realistic goal? Maybe you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week for 30 minutes, right? This is going to build consistency without overwhelming you. And should always be like what you aspire to when you're setting a goal. Of course, reach for the stars. I will always say that. But you have to also be realistic with how fast you can achieve things, right? Another example will be your career. So you want a promotion, right? How are you going to get that promotion, right? Because right now that's just a thought in your head. So now you need an achievable goal. So it might be, I'm going to complete, these 3 reports, these 3 key projects, right, that my boss really needs, and I'm going to complete them by Q2. So you complete those projects, right? Now you can have that conversation with your boss about that promotion, right? So achievable goals are going to set you up for success and long-term success, which is what you really want. R stands for relevant. This means your goal should align with your bigger priorities. It should align with your values, with, who you are, who you want to be, right? So ask yourself this question with every goal you set this year. Why does this goal matter to me? What is the why behind my goal? Of course, let's take it to fitness. An example, really good example. So instead of setting, a random goal like, once again, I'm going to bench 200 pounds. Okay, why do you want to bench those 200 pounds? Why do you want to get stronger? Do you want to feel more confident in your body? Do you want to keep up with your kids, right? Like, what is the reason? Because your goals should match your values, and when they match your values, it will continue to motivate you to show up for them every single day. Let's think about something like personal growth, right? So you want to learn a new skill. That's great. Everybody wants to learn new skills. That is why these courses are selling like, hotcakes. But why do you want to learn that new skill? Is this just something frivolous you saw on social media that sounded good, but you're not going to stick with it, right? Like, is this going to help you in your career? Is this going to help in your personal growth? Maybe this is going to help in your family life. If you can find a yes, then do it. But if you can't find a really, really good why behind it, just let it go, move on, and commit to something that you're going to more likely stick with, right? Because when you connect your goals to a deeper why, you're 10 times more likely to stay committed. And this is all about success upon success upon success, okay? We are done with quitting. We are done with that failure mindset. We are setting realistic goals using the SMART method so we can actually get them done this year. Let's get to the T. That is for time bound. This is about setting goals with a deadline, because a goal without a deadline is just a wish. And the best thing about deadlines is that they give you urgency, they give you structure. So again, back to fitness. Let's think about that 5K again, right? Instead of saying, I want to run a 5K, right? Even if you say, I'm going to run a 5K by April 30th, okay? You still need a third factor, which is, how are you going to get it done? Like, what are you going to do, right? So you're going to say, hey, I'm going to train 3 times a week until then, okay? So that's how you reverse engineer your goal, right? You set up a goal, you set up the time, and then you set up the actionable, manageable steps that you're going to take to achieve that goal, right? Example 2, let's go back to money. Let's talk about our savings. So instead of saying, I'll save more money this year, or I want to save more money this year, you are going to say, hey, I'm going to save $1,000 by March 25th, okay? And you're going to have that deadline. Now you have a specific goal, you have a deadline. How are you going to do that? Okay, I'm going to take money out of every single paycheck until March 25th, and I'll have $1,000 saved, right? So you have that deadline, you have that urgency, you have that action step You have everything you need. Now you just need to commit. You need to keep showing up every single day, doing it over and over and over again, and that is how you achieve your goals. Really, really simple, guys. So let's recap exactly what a SMART goal is. So S, specific. We want our goals to be clear, right? We want our goals to be detailed. Nothing vague, nothing frivolous. Clear, detailed. M, measurable. We want to be able to track our progress. We need to. So if you're losing weight, get a scale. Get something to measure yourself with, right? Check your inches. Get a body fat scale, right? You got to be able to track your progress. A, achievable, realistic, and manageable. So like I said, shoot for the stars, but be realistic with time frame, okay? R, relevant, aligned with your priorities. So stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. No. This is about you. This is about your why. Why is this goal important to you? How is it going to change your life, right? And last is T, time bound. Has a deadline. Give yourself that urgency, okay? Give yourself that commitment. So here's a challenge for you. I want you to write down your biggest goal for 2025 using the SMART method that I just gave you, okay? Write it in the comments below. Remember that 2025, this is your year to take action. This is your year for success, okay? Use the SMART goal method. Try out one of my fitness trackers below if you're looking for something to track your progress in the gym. Let's make this year our best year yet and get out there and get your goals. And I will see you in our next video, guys.